Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Really exciting day today. We're going to put bonnet stripes onto the ST. I've been looking forward to doing this for a while, so today's the day. Hopefully the weather holds. So I'm going to take you through the installation of that and basically how to install vinyl in general. Really, if you're buying a product from CUSTOMRIDES.uk, I would follow these steps. It's important when applying vinyl to use this kind of process, unless it's a small sticker, then you don't necessarily have to do this. But so I'm going to take you through. I'm going to show you what you need to make sure you have to hand, and yeah, I'm going to take you through this. And as I say, I'm bloody excited. I can't wait, because this is going to hopefully, well, I'm hoping it's going to look cracking. So let's go. I'm going to take you through that, and let's just show you the process. So come on, let's do that now. Right, so if you're installing vinyl, this is the kind of stuff that you need. You need a decent squidgy, which you can purchase a number of different options on CUSTOMRIDES.uk. So if you are buying vinyl, a sun strip or an overlay, stripes, side stripes, get yourself a squidgy. In fact, when we supply certain products, things like side stripes, you will get a plastic squidgy with it. These are the stripes I'm using. This is going to be a brand new kit available on CUSTOMRIDES. These are going to be 15 centimeters wide stripes, which will allow you to install your stripes onto your car, potentially in between the bonnet vents. The over-the-top stripes, which I do sell for the Mark II, they are a thicker stripe, very much like the original S500. The ST500, so they're slightly thicker stripes, and they also come down and further down here. This kit doesn't, and over the top, sorry, and down the back. This kit isn't like that. This is just a stripe kit. You're going to get 2 stripes per pack. Gives you plenty enough to do what you require to your ST, and they will fit in between vents. So these are 15 centimeters wide and should leave it about an inch gap in between. So today we're going to basically do the bonnet, and then we're going to do the rear spoiler and also the front lower splitter, just a couple of stripes just here. So that's what we intend to do. But the rest of the stuff, what you need basically, you need your stripes, you need your squidgy, you need a bottle of soapy water, so a few drops of washing up liquid and water, tape measure. I mean, I've got a pair of scissors just to cut the kit down, brand new scalpel or small Stanley. It's very important. Again, you can order this through CUSTOMRIDES, and I've just got some masking tape to make some measuring points. Right, so we are going to get the kit out now, going to get the stripes out, and we're going to start this. Right guys, so I've measured out, give you an idea, taken the center from here to here, which is 83, and so 41.5 is here. I've got a 2 inch gap, which is the size of the actual tape. This is 2 inches. So I've laid the stripe to there and then up, and then we're going to do the same with the other side. So from here and up, and then we're just going to lay them out basically, potentially cut this along here before I've laid some tape underneath, as you can see, to protect. But we're just going to position them for the moment and check just to see if we are happy with everything, and then we can go forward from there. Right guys, so as you can see, I've laid it out. We've got the 2 inch gap here, and then we've got the 2 inch gap at the top, and this length all the way along here is 5 centimeters. So I've laid it out. We're going to cut the bottom ready for installation and leave the top, and then we'll just leave enough just to tuck in just into the gap once we've laid it, and just tuck it into the edge using our squidgy. So that's essentially it. So we're ready for installation. Right guys, so I'm just going to mark using my squidgy where I want to cut. So I'm just going to mark on here using my squidgy just to sort of make the line. We'll do that. Can't do it with one hand, and then we're going to cut this. Right, so I've just trimmed it at the edge. We obviously, what we did is we left enough at the top. The reason for that is we can move it down, but it gives us now the bottom edge. But as I say, leave enough at the top so you can just bring it down and just tuck it into the bottom bit using your squidgy at the end. What we'll do is we'll use a squidgy at the end and just tuck it into here. So this here just needs to come down a tad. As I say, I've just marked it, used a bit of masking tape there, and just gone into the edge. Show you. Just gone into the edge this way, into here, and we'll just cut it along here, and then left enough at the top to then bring it down, just giving ourselves enough to tuck it in. So those are ready essentially to peel off and get onto the car. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do each stripe at a time. We're going to follow the markers. So we're going to lift this one, we're going to spray the bonnet with soapy water, and then we're going to peel off the stripe and spray the back of the stripe as we peel it off. So let's get that all prepared and ready to go. Right guys, what we're going to do is we're going to start the first one. So we're going to lift that up, we're going to spray the bonnet with soapy water. So have your bottle prepared, and then let's see if we can get this going. So light spray onto the bonnet, and then we're going to peel this off. Be as careful as you can. Not too much, just a light spray. A little bit windy today, so not ideal to be installing struts at all. Not at all. Come on, stop. It's all going to go horribly wrong if we're not careful. Really not the best day, but let's see if we can just get that bomb edge sprayed. Okay. Get it onto the car. Because we've sprayed it, we're able to move it around now. So what we want to do is get it moved around into position onto the markers that we've set. I want to go down a little bit so I can tuck the edge in. Just moved it down enough just to tuck it into the edge. Pull this off just so I'm making sure that I'm getting in there. And I've made that cut. Okay, good. That's nicely in there. Onto this edge here, we want to line it up to this one here, like that. So I'll bring that down now, tuck it into the edge. Right, that is on my marker. And it also is at the top now, and that's nicely in there. So I'm happy with that. So we're just gonna use the soft edge. It's gonna very gently just run over it. This will start to remove the water. Like so. Got to remember, obviously, we've got to cut this edge. What we could do is potentially tuck that in for the moment and trim that later. I might do that actually. Trim that around onto that edge. Trim that later in the back. Nicely folded over the top. Right, so that, I'm happy with that. It's nicely in at the bottom, and we're still on our marker. So again, we just sort of keep going with your squidgy, removing the water. There will be bubbles appear where the air is. Just work those out, and then we'll move to the next one. We'll leave this to adhere now. It takes a while, obviously, because we've used water. The reason we used water is so you're able to shuffle it and move it around into position. If you don't use water, you will not be able to just stick, and that will, you'll just be ruined. Right, so I'm happy with that. We're going to leave that now and move to the next one, and then we'll just keep an eye on it and keep coming back to it, make sure all the bubbles are out. As I say, it will take a while. You don't want to mess around with it too much, so I'm happy with that. We'll leave that for the moment like that. Let's start the next one. Right guys, once again we're going to move to the next side. Grab your bottle of water, soapy water. Light spray, and then we're going to peel this off and spray this as we go. As I say, this is not the weather to be doing it in. It's slightly windy. That doesn't help anything. You want it dry and not a windy day like this. Come on. Once we get it on the car, we'll be alright. Don't want it to bend, crease too much. Come on. Come on. Yeah, right. Ah. God damn it. Right. Jesus Christ. Pain in the arse, that works.
2,000 years later.
Right, we're going to leave those for the moment, and we're going to keep working out the bubbles. So do keep going over them, because there are still bubbles and there'll still be water in there. Right, we're going to move to the bottom. So what I've done is I've just made sure the back, there's enough overhang out the back, and then I've just kind of scored it with my finger, and then we're going to cut that, or use the... Now this is a little bit more trickier. We want to get a nice edge, so we're going to have to be very, very careful with this. We could tape it and cut it with a Stanley. I'm going to try cutting it with a pair of scissors first and see how that comes out. Right, we've cut both of those. We did score it and use a pair of scissors. This one needs a little bit of adjustment just at the top there, but that should work okay. That should look pretty good. So we're just going to address these again. See, there's a few bubbles, so we're going to make sure that that's done. So we're just going to go over those now, and then we're going to start this. Right, let's get these ones done. We're going to grab our spray again. We're going to peel this one off. We'll peel it from the back first. So, spray there. We'll spray this as well. Not too much. And we should be able to just move that into position. Like so. We've got our marker. So we'll leave that for the moment, and we'll just get the other one off and on. It's definitely going to cause us a little bit of issue, this one. But I don't want to trim it too much more, so I'm going to leave it. I'm you might just set it back. Well, that looks okay. Right, let's do this one. I'm going to take it off from the back. So I'm going to leave that for a second because they're smaller pieces. I'm not going to touch them just yet. Let's leave that for a moment. But let's pick you up and just show you what I've done. Okay, so they're on the smaller pieces. So obviously I've used the same principle so I can move them around. But I don't want to touch them just yet to start messing around with them because they are wet. Or probably more wet and more slippery than before. So I'm just going to give that a couple of minutes just to start working to adhere. This is looking good. So so far okay, so everything looks like it's going well. So what we're going to do, these have been on for a while now, so I'm going to give them a blast of heat. The weather's changing a little bit, so I want to make sure they're dry, to be honest. So we're just going to give it a blast of heat. Very gentle, very gentle. You don't want to be burning them at all, so be very careful using a hairdryer. But we've got these done, front one's done. Want to do the spoiler, rear spoiler, and then we've got something exciting to do on the sun strip. So let's just give these a light blast of heat. As I say, very, very gentle. So guys, we've got the front done. We've given it some heat. We might apply it a little bit more, but it's looking pretty good. Just got the rear to do, so we'll address that in a minute. But yeah, it looks pretty good. So it gives you a good idea of installation. We'll get the rear done. I think I might leave it for the moment or do it shortly, but that gives you a good idea of installation for bonnet stripes and vinyl, using the same principle. So hopefully that's given you some tips. And if you follow those, you should certainly get your vinyl work looking pretty hot. So guys, that concludes the video of the installation of the bonnet stripes. As I say, Hopefully you've enjoyed the video and it's given you a bit of insight into installing vinyl yourself. It's pretty simple. You just got to take your time. I mean, look, it's going to take you a good couple of hours, you know, even 3 or 4. I'd give yourself a day just to get prep work, get it on, keep using your squidgy and going back over it to get the bubbles out, and then after maybe an hour or 2, give it a blast of heat again, just go back over it and just check it all. That's what I would do anyway. So hopefully it's been a bit of an insight into doing vinyl. You can do it yourself. If you fancy a set, jump onto CUSTOMRIDES.uk, so CUSTOMRIDES.uk. I'll leave a little link in the description, and get yourself some. So thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one.